Welcome family to another video of the Playtburn channel where we're going to cover Sunflower Land, which is one of the most played NFT farming games on the Polygon chain. So this game is currently on its open beta stable version 2, and all you need is a MetaMask wallet configured on the Polygon blockchain, and then you need to mint a farm for the price of 10 Matic, so that's like around $6, and you have yourself your own farm. A really cool thing that I really liked was that when you mint a farm, a portion of that Matic is going to charity, which is really nice. So after you mint your farm, you're going to be able to access these, which looks a bit overwhelming, but don't worry, we're going to break it down and make it simple for you. Let's start with the shop. So the shop is a building where you're going to be able to buy seeds and where you're going to also be able to sell your crops and get SFL, which is the crypto token that is used for everything inside the Sunflower Lands universe. Okay, so what you're going to do is maybe buy some sunflower seeds. You're going to start with a bit of SFL, and then after you actually bought the seeds, all you have to do is click the holes and you're going to see your crops growing. So they have like a timer. Every seed has its own timing. So eventually your farm is going to grow, you're going to unlock more land, and you're going to be able to plant vegetables that are going to give you higher rewards. So when you guys start, you only have like one land plot. Okay, I already have 3 because I unlocked them, and the way how you can unlock land plots is by feeding the goblins. So these are the goblins. Hello there. These 2 ones are really happy because I already fed them their favorite dish. But if we actually come to this one, it's telling me that he's going to keep digging until he finds some cauliflowers to roast. So what we have to do in order to unlock these 6 farming spots is we have to go to the kitchen, and we're going to have to cook him his favorite dish, which is a roasted cauliflower, to unlock land plots and also other game modes. Because for example, this guy is going to teach you how to grow wheat if you feed him a pie, and if you come to the kitchen, the pie is actually quite hard to cook, but then you're going to be able to grow wheat. For other game features, like for example chopping down wood, so the crafting station, that's what it's for, to craft tools. So here you can actually craft an axe. Then you can also craft a pickaxe. A pickaxe is going to allow you to extract ore from stones. Then you're also going to have the iron pickaxe, and then you're going to have the hammer and also a rod. And that's also what the crafting station is for, to actually craft tools that are going to allow you to get resources in different ways. Then if you actually come to the town hall, it just tells you about the team behind the project. Then another building that we also have available is the barn, where you can actually raise chickens, cows, pigs and sheep. Okay, and all of these are going to give you different resources. For example, chickens are going to give you eggs, and for every one of these you're going to have to pay SFL. So if you actually want to just skip the grinding, you can just buy some SFL and unlock the barn right away and start having some chickens. And then you also have your home, where you can actually learn new skills. Okay, so after you reach level 5 in the profession, you can unlock a skill. And there's lots of diversity when it comes to skills. There are like farming skills, and there's skills that are more focused on the barn and activities related to the barn. There are skills that are more related to chopping down wood or retrieving ore from stones. Even though this is a farming game, you can actually choose many paths. Okay, you can choose like different specializations. It's not as straightforward as all the other farming games. I'll say that's one of this project's strengths. You have 2 ways of actually saving your progress here. So you can actually save it right here, and this is going to save your progress in the server. Or you can actually come to the menu and you can sync on chain, and this is going to require a transaction on a Polygon chain that is going to cost you 0.1 Matic plus gas fees. Okay, and this is going to save your progress on the blockchain, which is important because you need to save your progress on the blockchain before you go into Goblin Town. Goblin Village is where you can actually do other activities like deposit and withdraw your SFL. So after you farm like a huge amount of SFL, you can come here and you can withdraw it. The same goes for SFL items, because this game also has NFTs. So if you actually come to the farmer, you can see that there's like a big amount of NFTs that you can craft. You're going to want to craft the NFTs that are related to the activity that you want to focus on this game. So if you actually focus on just farming, you should try to craft or mint something like this. The carrot sword increases chance of a mutant crop appearing. But if you actually want to focus on the bar, you can maybe mint something like this, the chicken coop. There's a limited amount of these NFTs, okay? So some of them were already sold out, okay? So if you actually want to own this, you have to hurry up and gather the resources. So there you go. Right from the beginning we have some utility for SFL and also for in-game resources like the crops that we farm. I actually like it. It's not that exciting as other games, but I would say it's a casual, nice game to have some fun once in a while and maybe get some SFL that then you can actually sell it on an exchange and get some small profits. Or you can skip the grinding and go directly to OpenSea and buy one of these.
Surprise!
I mean, it's cheap, $750. Oh, this one is cheap actually, $6, because there's lots of them. The another thing you can do is you can come here, you can craft your own flag. Unfortunately, I don't have 10 wood and 50 SFL to craft the Portuguese flag. And these ones are also limited. You can also craft some statues, which are only cosmetics, because we can actually visit other players' farms. And we're going to visit Nico's farm. For wondering who Nico is the guy who shows up on the weekly episode. That's right, we have weekly episodes about NFT gaming, and that's one of the reasons why you should subscribe to the Plate1 channel. Then you can also come to the Wishing Well, which is just a shortcut for quickswap.exchange, where you can actually provide liquidity to the SFL pool. So then there's also here a quest where you can actually help this guy fix his rocket for a bunch of like in-game resources, and by doing this you're going to get an item that is actually going to boost your experience earning by 15%. So we're actually going to save our progress now and we're going to visit Nico's farm. So how you actually explore a friend's farm is just click here, insert their farm ID and you press visit, and here we go, we are in Nico's farm. All he has is like some flowers here, but he actually already unlocked all the land plots, so he's a bit ahead of me. So guys, even though this is a farming game, as I said, this is like quite complex. So there are lots of guides like this on the internet, when you can actually see what's more profitable, how much SFL you can get per day. Maybe the most profitable one are potatoes, but when it comes to experience, the best thing are flowers. There are lots of guides like these where you can actually set up your own strategy. I would say that this for a farming game is quite good, because I mean I never played much farming games, but I think farming games usually are like really simple and casual. Okay, they're not like these where you have like to set up your own farming strategy and you have to check like how much profit you get per day. I do think that's a good characteristic of this game, is how complex it is. Then another thing that I really like are the graphics. They have like these pixelated graphics, and I think it suits very well this type of game. When it comes to the roadmap, we already have all of this, and in the next stage we're also going to have land expansion, liquidity pool, resource pricing. You're going to have NFT characters, you're going to have fishing, bees, new resources, and more NFTs. So the game is already complex, but it's going to be even more complex in the future. And then we're going to have a stage 3 where we're going to have a Goblin black market, decentralized exchange, community NFTs, a DAO, and the NFT trading house inside the game. So guys, one really cool thing that they have when it comes to tokenomics is that they actually have a halvening event. So this means that the higher the supply of SFL in the market, the lower the rewards you get by selling crops and eggs. And I do believe that's a cool anti-inflation mechanism, because you guys already know how NFT gaming works. in these free-to-play games, eventually there's going to be a huge selling pressure for the game assets. And this is something that is going to somehow deal with this issue. Then another anti-inflation mechanism is actually when you craft items, the SFL is burned. When we draw SFL, part of that SFL is going to go back into the ecosystem, so that's another anti-inflation mechanism. So guys, Sunflower Land, I would say it's a cool farming game if you're into this type of games. I would say the tokenomics are quite decent. They have some burning and anti-inflation mechanisms, but I would say that in the long term, this project's economy is completely backed on new players getting inside the game and creating demand for the game assets, which I believe it's really okay for now because there's lots of hype, they have a big community. As I told you, there's already lots of lands. My land number is 142,659, so there's like 150k players playing this game. That's quite big for a player base in an NFT game, and I would say that the tendencies for this to keep growing, and I would say that for now it's completely fine that the economy is sustained on new players getting inside the game. But I would also like to add up that in the future they need to actually implement some sort of mechanism that incentivizes old players that have really advanced farms to also invest something back into the game, because after you develop everything and you unlock everything, what can you do? Just extract value from the ecosystem, right? So that's not good in the long term overall, and they need some sort of fix for this so that the game is completely sustainable even in the long term. So guys, thanks for watching. If you took value out of this video, smash that like button and subscribe for more NFT gaming content. Also, don't miss out our weekly NFT gaming show where we talk about NFT gaming, obviously, and you can ask us questions, and we usually bring up guests like founders and people who are developing these games that interact with the blockchain, so it's really interesting. Don't miss it out. Guys, thanks for watching, and I see Cryptomanics in the metaverse.